to live on your chin. Oh, yeah. This is the Going Deep Show.
The contents of it with the baby oil, the freak offs, and everything else, the videos that were showing of it, I think they think it's maybe too sensitive for TV. Maybe nobody wants to give the money.
Was it true that he was lacing the baby oil with like roofies and shit?
Well,
so when you would, I mean, once you get to the point where you're actually applying baby oil to someone, you're kind of on your way to having sex with them. I think. Don't you think? Don't you think that's like the...
You know, here's the thing.
Do you really need to roofie the baby oil?
No, and who's it going to benefit if he's watching? Because the way everything seems, what I thought was it was like some big, huge orgy. And it was a lot of different people. But now it all sounds like it's Cassie and a bunch of male strippers.
It was calculated. Yeah, the one male stripper was talking about being with her while he watched and crap. And
right.
What the hell?
So it doesn't sound like this big party, Diddy party kind of thing. Because there's only many people can get in a hotel room. And then you got one guy that's not the maid service that's going in. Can you imagine cleaning all that shit up?
No.
I mean, taking...
I don't like to clean after myself, let alone others.
So, I mean, it's burning the bed sheets, whatever gets on the walls, all this. I mean, that's fucking gross.
What's funny about this whole thing is we did shows years ago about her. She was one of the hotties of the week that we used to feature. And one of the criticisms of her was that she was a black chick with no ass.
That sounds like a white chick more than a black chick.
I mean, she was a good-looking girl, but she just didn't have a booty. We're like, Kanye, or not Kanye, Diddy, why don't you have a girl with a booty?
So the whole thing with Kid Cudi was today that supposedly somebody broke into his house, the Molotov cocktail on his Porsche, and that happened that Diddy paid somebody to do that. But
my curiosity lies in, remember Jamie Foxx got sick and he was kind of claiming that he poisoned him or something. That
was actually brought up in the court last week, that actually he did have somebody poison Jamie Foxx.
Where's my...
So a lot of shit more. Everybody's waiting for J-Lo to get,
I have a soundboard for that one.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Of course, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I roofied the bitch.
I don't know. I think it's celebrity problems.
So I don't understand.
How can we relate? We can't relate to that. What is the equivalent of the relating to that? People have all the money in the world to do all these crazy things, and then we're like, how would we're from the outside looking in, like, oh, tell us. We can't live that life, but we can.
And again, why? If you have that kind of cash, that kind of power, bankroll, whatever it is, why would you go down that road? What flips the switch to make somebody that?
Well, when you're never told no, and you can buy anything you want, including people, essentially, there's really no filter, and there's no brake pedal for you.
Yeah,
that's why us poor people are so much more reasonable.
Say something here, just see if we can hear you on the mic.
In history class, we're watching some history video, and P. Diddy was like talking on it, and the entire class is like freaking out about it. And like I saw a TikTok video where like they were talking about the trial, and some girl like came out who like got raped by Diddy, said that like Diddy's like penis is the size of like a Tootsie Roll.
That's awesome. Wait a minute, I have a sound effect for that too. Ready?
Aww.
the sound effect is "aw." So you have headphones.
Give him the headphones for a second. I'll play it again.
You can have the headphones.
It's the size of a Tootsie Roll.
Aww. Put them on. Leave them on. I don't need them on.
Oh, that's
no.
bad.
So what's your take? I mean, being the younger generation.
Yeah, I'm curious on this. This is really
because your perspective is key. What do people your age, your classmates, what do they think about where the world's going to these days?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
do they pay attention to like the political stuff?
They don't care. Like, they're not worried about it. They're just like, they'll worry about it when they get to that age, kind of thing. And no one's really into politics because like it really doesn't matter for us at this age. But
kind of like it was when we were younger.
The same way, yeah.
It's kind of like that's fucking adult shit. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Well, here's the thing. There used to be a place called Heather's in town. You remember Heather's, the restaurant downtown?
Yeah.
They had newspapers hanging up on the wall, and there were stories from years ago. World War I stories. Russia, intelligence, spies, stealing information. This is like way back in the day. The headline could have been something that we read now. Mm-hmm. The problem with now is all of the information is at their fingertips. You can hack into anybody's stuff. They've made it easier for them to know all of the things they wish they knew back then. Now, of course, it's a given. That was the biggest concern I've had. All this, Trump trying to do this, Trump trying to buy Greenland, Trump trying to fucking change the Gulf of America, the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. But all these nonsensical things are distractions. The biggest thing that he did was he stopped doing any type of preemptive surveillance on Russia and China, and he's just letting them have a free-for-all through all of our information. That's the bigger story of any of this crap. It's just like they have way more access, and they're just running amok throughout all of everybody's information.
Well, the call to Putin here this last week, the 2 hour, supposedly allegedly 2 hour call.
The one that Putin took at an elementary school that he crowbarred into his day. He didn't take it serious whatsoever.
Yep, nope, not at all. And he complimented Melania in regards to it, and then it gets brought back up.
She's hot as hell.
Well, yeah, it gets brought back up about how they keep on showing her naked on Russian media news and everything else with it. So, but back to your generation. What is important to your generation? I mean, you've got girls that are like getting likes and clicks for Snap and
OnlyFans accounts.
Or what's going on?
I don't really know what's going on, but what do you mean,
like what's important when it comes to your age? What do you think about what?
I think about like working out, becoming like a better person. Like I'm just like trying to get through the day. Really.
So is that what everybody's doing? Just trying to get through the day?
Well, because I think at your age, I think you're trying to figure out what's important to you.
Yeah.
And not like what the world's trying to make you think is important.
Just finding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, though, don't ever do that thing, and then they just go along with what their friends are doing. It's better when you figure out what you want on your own. It is.
And the more things you expose yourself to, the better it is. It's better to have a lot of saucers in the air.
I know, man. It took me forever to get with a black girl.
That's what, your first girlfriend?
Yeah, basically.
Did you call her brown sugar like I called my brown sugar?
No.
Tell her what her name was.
Her name was Champagne.
Dude, there was a girl that I liked a lot. Her name was Heaven.
Did you ever get to Heaven?
No, I wish. Heaven was way too young for me. I've been in hell for years before Heaven was born. But she was beautiful. Friend of a friend. Gorgeous girl. Yeah. You're probably closer in age to her than I am. Seriously, I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding you. But she was beautiful.
Well, that's kind of the funny thing is Murphy's. What do you want to just call you? Ghost? What do you want to be? What's your hashtag?
You ever think about having a show with your friends? I mean, everybody's got a podcast. You might as well too, right?
I've never really thought of that before because it's kind of like a lot of work. I don't know how to like.
We're making it easier every day.
Yep.
I don't really.
I'm El Prez, EP.
You got stuck with that name because of your union stuff.
Yep. Which I'm no longer a part of.
I don't know. There's a certain frustration with having a podcast because you feel if you don't put anything out, then you're like, okay, but we've done this enough now. We're at 2270 something. So I deliberately took this week off. It was birthday week. I said, okay, I need a break. I took this week off.
You started in 2002, right?
2003.
2003.
The first we were recording softball or wiffle ball games in the backyard.
Yeah,
before
that's
that,
what you're saying.
And it quickly spun into us being goofballs and just goofing around. Here's what I would encourage you to do: whatever is important to you, video games or doing this, or doing that, just start recording those things, and they will naturally just veer into other stuff. Yeah.
Kind of like when you guys are all chatting online and playing a game. It's no different than that. It's just having a conversation,
and it could be literally about anything. I mean. I've talked about everything from I had a toe one time where I dropped a weight on it and it was disgusting, and I describe how gruesome this like toenail and all this nasty shit was. It could be anything as simple as that, or it could be like the deepest conversation of being mad at somebody for something, or it's all up to you.
Or the meaning of life, or
why do we do this? Mainly just to have some drinks.
Yep, and it's conversation and hanging out with your buds, and that's a lot of what it is. The cool thing is the kid has got something that he can leave behind that his great grandkids that may have never met him before. They can tune in and listen to and go
long after I'm gone. Yeah. The Internet Archive it has all the episodes and stuff there, so that they can just search it and find it.
So that's kind of how AI will help you.
Grandpa was a maniac. That's what they're gonna say.
Yep.
Why would he tell us that? He's disgusting.
So yeah, that's.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine the one time, and he said, I heard my grandpa say the F word for the first time the other day. And I was like, how many kids did she have? And she's like, 12. I go, trust me, your grandma's familiar with the F word. You had 12 kids. You know what the F word's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In more than one way. But the F word is so brilliant. Because there's so many different contexts you can use it in. I used to give you shit for...
Oh, I remember kind of...
Frick? What the frick? And I would like go all ape shit on your ass for like, that's still saying fuck. Yeah. So, and I'd yell at him, come down on him. I'm kind of a hard-ass dad.
For the most part, when I'm in public, I don't. How often do you ever hear me swear when I'm in public at all? I don't.
Not at all.
No, I don't. Cause I don't swear. I kind of keep it here. You got to keep it for like certain purposes, and those words exist for a reason, and it's to use them in the proper time.
So, and that brings up a good fact because when I was in the union, swearing was a lot more prominent. When you're having conversations, I guess it was more of that mystique that kind of like, I want to grab a baseball bat and go all Jimmy Hoffa on somebody's ass, when it comes to it. And I've had a couple other jobs where it was like, kind of the old locker room, boys club way of talking and telling certain jokes with it as well. So it's just all depends on what part you're playing and who your audience is.
I think you got to save those words for when they're going to pack a punch, I guess, Yeah. Because Carlene, Nurse Fiona on the show, she would sprinkle them in so much. It was not that it was too much, because that was just how she was. That was her language. Yeah. She would say that. She would say it all the time. But there was a lot of salt on that.
Well, there's a lot of...
it's entertaining when you hear someone who is attractive as her just sprinkling in all of these F-bombs and stuff. It makes it like you love it. It's great. It's so hilarious.
That's the difference. If it's a hot chick saying it,
yeah,
it comes across totally differently. Yeah,
hot chick can say anything she wants.
So
it's that. Have you seen the Hot Crazy Matrix?
No, I haven't.
I've never shown you the hot crazy matrix. The unicorn.
I'm going to bring it up on the screen. We're going to set it here. We're going to do a hot crazy matrix live.
You got to see this.
This is good. And I'm curious if you have girls at school that are like this. This is going to be interesting to learn what the perspective on the hot crazy matrix will be here. Let's see.
So it's kind of crazy. He actually goes to school with a lot of daughters of people that have been on the show.
I do.
Oh, yeah?
We'll name some.
Well, I don't know their shit. So, on the cheerleading squad, Rylan.
Wait. What's the last name?
Well, her mom's last name is... God, you just can't believe all the shit up. Miller.
Miller? I don't think that's in my grade.
It's no, she's sixth. No, she's sixth grade.
Sixth grade? Oh, I don't know. Then
she's so there's that.
Keep. Okay.
There is also for that. Gotta think here. One moment. It would be shit. There's her. I'm gonna draw a blank. Sorry.
It happens. We all do.
Nope. It's and Jessica's daughter, Alexis. Yep.
I know Alexa.
So what school are you at?
Kristen McCall.
Okay.
Yep.
So
a lot of the Hoosier girls. Daughters.
My oldest daughter went there.
Yeah.
Hot crazy matrix. Here we go.
All right. It's not going to be the Homer Simpson version.
It's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes long.
It's worth it.
This is going to teach you a lot.
Does he need he needs the headphones on to hear it?
No, we're just going to set it here. I'm going to play it. In fact, we'll take the headphones off.
All right.
Yeah. All right, ready?
This is brilliant.
Here's how nerdy I am. I don't need the trackpad over there. I got the trackpad right here. Let's see.
What does it do?
It's a mouse pad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hot Crazy Matrix. It's everything a young man needs to know about women. I've developed this on my own over 46 years of living on the earth. So this is how it works.
This guy's a genius.
You have your crazy axis and your hot axis. Hot is, as usual, measured from 0 to 10. We're all familiar with that. Crazy is measured from 4 to 10 because, of course, there's no such thing as a woman who's not at least a 4 crazy. So you got 4 to 10. This is your hot crazy line right here. Very important that you keep in mind where the hot crazy line is. As a rule, this is your no-go zone. We do not hang around and date and marry women who are not, at least in our mind, a 5. So this is your no-go zone. You don't go here. We just rule this out. Life is better this way. That's the way it is.
Just keep away from the 5 belows.
Above a 5 and to about an 8 and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone. You can hang out here and meet these girls and spend time with them. That's your fun zone. But keep in mind, when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location.
I'm in the fun zone right now. I'm in the fun zone.
So that's the fun zone. Above a 5, hot. Below an 8, hot. And below the crazy line. This means these are, most of the time, not crazy. Okay?
Yeah.
Above the danger zone,
that's actually the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot.
Yeah, that is.
We have the danger zone. This is your redheads, your strippers, anyone named Tiffany. This is hairdressers. This is where your car gets keyed. You get a bunny in the pot. Your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail. Now that we have some of the chart filled in, we got a couple more pieces to put in. But at this point, understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have got to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like a dope chart, okay? you ought, because at any moment in time, any woman that you have previously located on this chart,
even if you're a wingman, you do not want to wind up with that 5 or below.
Anywhere else on the chart.
That'd be like some
so
of
what
the
you have
girls
to do
that
is over time collect some data.
I like how you say. I like how you say collect data.
Of data points,
figure it out.
You can begin to consider that reliable. Now, moving on, you have this zone here. This is below the crazy line, above an 8 hot, but still, you know, about a 7 crazy. This is your date zone. You can stay in the date zone indefinitely. These are women that you introduce to your friends and your family.
Yeah. I may be in the date zone. I think I may be in the date zone.
Reasonably not crazy.
I think
most of the time.
I'm straddling right here.
So this is, you can stay here indefinitely. Now, above an 8 hot and between about a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your wife zone. Okay? When you meet this girl, you should consider a long-term relationship. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation.
It could be a bigger size in that zone.
This is not a pie chart showing you how many of these people are out there. This is simply a representation of what you're after. You want to be 5 to 7 crazy above an 8 hot. That's your wife zone. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, below a 5 crazy and above an 8 hot, this is your unicorn zone. These things don't exist.
No, they don't. They usually do.
No. I've only met one. Then.
If you find a unicorn, please capture it safely, keep it alive. We'd like to study it and maybe look at how to replicate that. Okay? So I was explaining this to a guy one time, and he said, wait a minute. I met this girl, and she's like smoking hot. She's like at least a 9, and she's chill. She's totally cool. She's like not even a 3 crazy. I said, you're telling me you've met a girl, she's a 9 hot, and she's like a 2 or a 3 crazy. He said, yeah, man, I like her a lot. I said, you should be careful. That's a dude, you're talking to a tranny. So you got to be careful, because down here, below a 4 crazy and above an 8 hot, you're probably talking to a dude. That is the universal hot crazy.
You met a few of those.
I did?
Well, remember...
So a couple weeks ago, I went back to...
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of that?
I was like uncomfortable. Oh, wait, no, this video or the TJ?
No, the video.
No, I like the video.
The video was hilarious.
He was with me when we ran into...
Okay, wait. So you just ran into training?
So I brought this up before on one of the episodes before. It was a guy that actually was a Olympic speed skater from Bay City.
Oh, I know.
Grew up with him in
who
church.
it is.
Yeah. It's Shannon Miller's his name now. And
Wait. Who name him from before, his name before?
Wally Reams.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of.
So Wally and I grew up with the same church. He graduated from Western same year I did, and everything like that.
There was a different Olympic. Was a speed skater, you said?
Yeah, he was a speed skater. Him and his younger brother, we all grew up in the same church. His younger brother transitioned over, and then he did. He hit me up out of the blue. And I think
you mentioned this in the past.
I have brought it up before.
So wait. So you guys were out and you bumped into him?
We were in TJ Maxx, and I was going to buy something for him, and go ahead.
I don't remember most of the story, but he like went up to you, was like talking to you, and like you called him like him or like...
Bro.
You called him bro. And then we left, and afterwards he was like texting him about it. It was like...
Oh, he got offended.
Yeah, he got offended from my dad calling him bro, which is like stupid because I call like girls I know bro and they don't care.
Yeah, I've had girls call me bro and I call them bro. What's up, bro?
So he just felt because him and his other trainee, they were shopping, and since then I've seen him at the Y and everything like that, and I've unfriended him on Facebook, and he has reached out to me like, why? Why this happened? Why this? Why do you?
No,
and it's like,
because
why
you
do
made it awkward.
Yeah, he made it awkward. I didn't make it awkward. I was like, I've known you all my life as a dude.
Yeah. It's like my brother. My brother magically comes to me and tells me I have to stop calling him the nickname. I've called him for like 40 years. I mean, that would be hard to do.
So So this also happened 2 weeks ago. This out of the blue, I get a text message from a guy from high school. And it's like, hey, I hope this isn't weird. He's like,
guess what? It's gonna be weird. As soon as you get a text like that, guess what?
He's like, I found you on Facebook, blah blah blah. Hope you worked out whatever last time I saw you in Meyer. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And I wanted to make sure it was actually a person I knew. And we kind of exchanged a few things. And he's like, I've always wanted to ask you something, but I finally got up the nerve to.
Oh no!
And my response back was, "I'm straight."
you didn't even let him ask?
No. I'm straight. And he's like, "Are you a dentist?" I'm like, what do you mean?
No,
he's like,
was that a blind stab at some other awkward way to dance around it?
He's like, "Have you had a cavity, before?" He's like, "Well, you never know until you've had something filled." I'm like, dude, it's like, look, you and I were friends back in high school. You were kind of annoying, whatever, but I respect the fact that you're gay.
This is the hardest part about dealing with anybody because it seems like anybody who is gay can get away with doing that shit, but if, on the flip side, me as a heterosexual man does that shit to a woman, oh, dude, you're fucked. Well, you can't do any of that. Gay guys get away with fucking murder, and they can say that kind of shit. But you try to pull that off with a girl, and you do it to the wrong girl, then you're screwed. If you do it to the right girl, then you're golden. But if you do it to the wrong one, you're fucked.
It all depends on how you look towards somebody else. But he ran his game a couple times. I'm like, look, dude, if you're looking for somebody, get a hold of this person that we used to go to school with, or get a hold of this person. And then I was like,
all that kind of gives some props, though, because he probably liked you back in the day, and that's why he was asking you. Again, as a heterosexual guy who's comfortable in your own skin, you get a stiff arm that shit. But in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, he just liked me. Well, he just liked me.
Part of me is like, you know what? It's you be you. I'm going to be me. But I had to throw the card off of there because he's like, if you send me a pig, I won't tell anybody.
No,
and I'm like, no, it ain't happening. I goes, and don't be like, our current president, and no means no. and so then we joked around about that, and then it was like, I haven't heard from him since then. So it's.
But here's the thing about that, it makes it harder to have a real friendship with a gay person when they do that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm friends with women. I'm friends with a lot of women. And it's strictly friends. There's no extracurricular nothing. But it doesn't seem like that you could be friends with that guy because of the way he acted that way. You know what I mean?
And I've got friends that I've known for 30, 40 years that are gay. And we joke around all the time. And they're like, if you ever jump that fence, I better be the first person you get a hold of. And it's like, that's nice, but it ain't ever going to fucking happen.
No.
And I'm the biggest fucking hypocrite. Because watching two women scissor,
of course.
To me, it's hot.
But there's a reason for that.
Yeah, because I'm fucking straight.
Bruce Willis talked about it years ago. They asked Bruce Willis, why is it more acceptable for a man to see multiple women together than it is for them to see guys? And it boils down to just basic animal instinct. What it is, we're put on this planet to reproduce. We can reproduce until we're 80, 90 years old. We can reproduce until we decide not to. We can be super old and still create a child and create a person. Women can't do that. So when you see multiple women being together, it turns a guy on because it's more opportunities to create human beings. That's why. It's just a basic thing. You look at gorillas, and they just want to make more. They just want to make more people, and that's really what we're on the planet to do. Is just make sure the population doesn't go down.
There's a reason why more women watch girl-on-girl porn than they do two guys getting it on. I know there's been a few people.
For two guys, there's no chance for like a reproductive thing.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils right down to, basic instinct in your head. When you see a guy and a girl together, yes, there's a chance that they can create a human being. When you see three girls and you watch it, you're like, there's a chance I can make multiple. As just animals, that's what we're here to make, is just make more people. We've done that. We've made people. I've made people that have made people. I have grandkids. So it's like when it boils right down to, I agree with some people when it comes to some of the things when it comes to the gay. So I'm not going to tell a gay person not to be gay.
No,
but
who would?
But we are here to replicate.
So the moral of the story is this: as you get older, and if you ever have an opportunity for a threesome with two other women, let them take control.
And put them. They have to be on top, though. Okay. You're always on the bottom. Don't ask why. You'll figure it out later.
But no, it's...
Yeah, I don't want to use that word.
No, there's just a lot of different things. So, again, appreciate the dude reaching out to me. He was a cool kid back in school.
I'm trying to think the last time I got hit on by a gay guy. It was at a concert.
Well, the piano player in Shots.
I was with...
the Bay City's natural Cole Porter icon.
Yeah, he's a great player,
Yeah, and that's kind of a weird situation because he's got his boyfriend and everything else, and his boyfriend, his girlfriend that was with for quite a while was a friend of mine, and she's pansexual.
Oh, wait, so he had a beard?
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
Oh yeah. So.
No, but I think the last time I went, I got hit on by a dude. I was with Nicole, and we were in Grand Rapids at a concert. So I just kept feeling somebody touching my hair. I had my hair down, and somebody was coming up and behind me and touching my hair. I thought it was her at first. Next thing I know, she's standing next to me. I'm like, I said, "Are you grabbing my hair?" And she goes, "No, the dude behind you is like just touching my hair." I was like, "Oh, that's
some of you don't know."
I didn't even know this fucker.
Go, what was he tripping balls?
And I said, "No, he like was just like coming up, and I could feel him touching my fucking hair." And I was like, "No, fuck that, no." I remember turning around and being like, "Hey, let's chill out here, buddy."
Well,
you know,
one of your buddies was talking about his record with girls, and like, what was it? A couple of them.
Remy. Oh,
yeah.
His record is terrible, dude. The first one he did, like he later on they turned out to be like a transgender.
And
they like turned to transgender. They were girls to turn a boy. This other one, she's like a bisexual, and she has like a body count of like 10. She's like a huge
high school still?
No, she's in 8th grade.
Oh my god, dude, she's got a 10 count body count.
Like something like that, dude. She's like.
She's gonna be knocked up in no time.
No, I heard she like gave her like cousin like a hand job.
A cousin?
My friend Robert, he almost got her pregnant, and he had like a whole pregnancy scare. And I was like, yeah, we're so chill, but like
she's in the 8th grade,
and she tried talking to me one time. I was like, hell no, I'm not trying any of that. And then like, this other one, it was like
that's fucking crazy.
This girl named Joel, she's like crazy, and she's like just kind of like bigger, but him
on the hot crazy matrix, how hot was she versus how crazy was she?
It was in the no-go zone.
Yes,
the Jules and the Taylor girl that like they were making out in the bathroom, both of his exes, what was just like gross in general, and then Danny was just like batshit crazy, like she liked
the brothers.
And Danny was like, she was super short. And she was like big, like
round.
She was
wider
like
than she was tall.
Tomato.
Yeah, like tomato.
If you remember Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory,
Violet Beauregard, man, they gotta roll her ass out.
Yeah.
But now the one he's dating now isn't that bad.
Well, here's the thing, okay? I'm trying to recall when I was in the 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, and there's some things that happen because it's that transition period where some kids are going through puberty and some aren't. I was a late bloomer. I didn't go through puberty until I was like between my sophomore and junior year of high school, and I was in the 7th and 8th grade with guys that had already gone through that, and it was an awkward time, and I think that's where a lot of, you know. We talked about this earlier. I was in my uniform earlier the other day. Guys will be self-conscious of themselves for some time, size-wise, this and that, and whatever. But what establishes that is how soon your friends all go through puberty versus how you do. That is a big thing, that really does.
I don't think that ever changes because.
That's a conversation.
Locker rooms and everything else.
And I don't think that's a conversation that happens all that often. Really, no, it just doesn't.
I'll never forget. I forgot to put on a regular underwear going into my middle school, and I put like my jeans on, whatever, and I went to go change in the locker room, and I'm like, oh my god, I got my like pajama bottom shorts on underneath, and something so simple as that, I was self-conscious about. But a lot of kids were like, if you didn't have pubes, if you did, that was like a big deal at your age.
When I was in
and everything else, or
when I was in
People
7th and 8th
popping a
grade,
Woody.
I was only in a class with 3 other guys. I went to a Lutheran school, and I didn't go through puberty, and those guys did, and I was the last one to be left behind. And they ridiculed the shit out of me because of it, to the point where I remember going to the bathroom and they would try to catch a glimpse of my fucking non-existent fucking baby dong still, you know what I'm saying? And it really did fucking get to me. And I mean, to the point where I'm talking about it now when I'm on the verge of my 50th fucking birthday. And you know, and this is a real conversation. This is a real thing. It's fine. I've created some beautiful girls with my perfectly adult dong. At
some point in your life, you get to the point of you don't give a fuck about what everybody thinks, and the sooner you get to that, the better off you are. I mean, it's like, this is your journey. This is your life.
And here's the bottom line.
We only have one life to go through, so don't worry about things.
As long as you're not packing a Tootsie Roll, you're fine. No, but all
this
that
kid's gonna have like an 8 or 9 inch cock,
but no. But the thing is, like that when you don't know what we just said, I think the thing that has really stood out to me. Hanging out with a lot of nurses. I mean,
it's all clinical shit.
They see every shape and size. And I told myself years ago I would never date a nurse and never be with a nurse in the medical field. And the person I hang out with the most is a fucking nurse.
So, yeah. So he's got the book. He's got the Everything I Want to Know About Sex But Afraid to Ask book in his room. Mm-hmm. So that's I'm surprised you're not like sharing that shit with your buddies. I know everything's on the internet nowadays, but
I gave my friend. They passed out this like thing in health classes. Like it was a whole like 2-sided like page of like how to use a condom, and I handed it to my like friend Landon.
Did they do a banana? Did they do the banana?
They did. They did do a banana thing.
They do the banana thing.
See, we didn't get that back in school.
We did. I did. In fact,
it wasn't back in my day.
The woman who did my health class, who showed me the banana trick, she was a smoke show. I'm like, tell me how you want me to put this banana on.
Could you show me that again?
Can you put it on with your mouth, please?
You will meet women that can do that.
Yeah.
No, she was talking about next year how she wanted to like to have every kid have their own banana and like set of like condoms, and like that'd be like so much like money, and she'd have like a whole like box of like condoms bringing in at school, and that's like.
It's healthy to have these conversations. That's the thing. Where I didn't have these conversations with my parents, for damn sure. This is all stuff that we should think about.
Yeah. You know, because I was lucky. My mom was a nurse, his grandma, and nothing was hidden or taboo or anything like that. And that's the way to be. And that's
what's funny about this.
I try to be with.
I say this, but I don't have these conversations with my dad. In fact. I think that's one of our biggest hurdles is to get over is the way you guys are talking. I wish that I had these conversations with my dad this way. I do. I don't. I never do. I mean, I've always had these weird inklings that. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I've always had a girlfriend. I've always had a significant other. I've always had a lot of younger women in my life, and I've always been curious about what he thought about that. One of the instances was after I broke up with Nicole, I dated this woman named Annie. She was from Greenville, beautiful blonde hair, big old curvy body, just really really attractive. I was at my baseball game. It was like in September. What year was that? 2021 or 22? It was right after COVID. I'm at my game. She's there. And my ex-wife and my ex-girlfriend show up at the game at the same time. And I look over at my dad, and I'm like, how could this get any better? And he goes like, well, your mom could be here to witness it. And it was a funny moment. It was a funny, clever fucking thing he said. But I don't know. I take some sense of pride in knowing that these were individuals in my life, these women, who anybody would say, yeah, I'd probably do all of them. and then him having a smart ass comment about it. You know what I mean? It's just there's something odd there about that where it was kind of like, oh, it was a funny little comment that he made that I remember.
Yeah.
It's a joking little.
And those are the
moment.
moments you're going to cherish. Kind of like, you know, you're going to have kind of the moments. Actually, you've got it made this summer.
I do.
And the next summer. And the summer after that when you're here at this house. Because let's face it, I got to go to work.
Yeah.
And
dude, I
the
remember
blonde
those.
goddess is going to go to work.
I remember those days.
And you're going to be home by yourself. I might have to put some cameras up.
So you got a girlfriend or what's going on with you?
No, not anymore.
When we were here recording the one day, you had somebody with you. I don't know, you were working on a project or something, and you had. I remember that.
Yeah. Whatever you do or don't want to say, you can say.
Yeah, we dated for a while, but
he's understanding that right now it's the moment that he's in of not dating somebody, and then also it's all going to change when the next person rolls around.
Yeah, you're gonna have that many times.
Yep.
But the thing is, like when you find the one you think is the one, you're like, okay, is this the one? And then you're like, I'm gonna commit to this. But then you're just like in your head, you're like, okay, is she really the one? It's true. And then you're gonna give. I was married for almost 18 years. She was the one for like a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And some trauma happened, some shit happened. Then you're like, okay, I gotta find some happiness. And then you think, okay, I'm gonna find happiness any kind of way I can.
Relationships are like chapters of your life.
Yeah.
If you're writing a book.
Oh yeah.
And there's different chapters that happen, and they all happen for a reason. Good, bad, or indifferent. And that's the thing to just kind of... And then there's the suck. Because it sucks when things don't work out, and if they don't work out, and they're out of your control.
Here's the question, okay. When you were with the girl that was... Did you hurt her more, or did she hurt you more? Because that's hard to admit when it happens. But it does set you into a place where like you don't. When that happens initially, you're like, this feels fucking terrible. I never want to feel this way again. And then you go like, I'm never gonna ever feel like here. I'm never gonna give all. It's like you're at 100%. I gave her 100%, but you think it's 100% because you're so young. But you don't want to feel that bad again. So did she like break up with you, or did you break up with her?
Well, so the situation was I broke up with her because what was happening was I would like she would always like constantly ignore me. Like I would text her, like we would talk about it, and she would like never change, and we would like never hang out, and I would always get upset about it, and I like needed that attention from her, and I wasn't getting it, and I was like, I'm not going to be happy unless I figure out how to live without that attention, and logically the only way to do it is break up with her and learn how to live without her.
That's a good way to look at it.
It hurt a lot, and now I'm like...
That's a smart way. As an adult, you said something way more adult than I've ever thought right there.
Well,
because to try to go and figure yourself, you said, I have to be selfish right now because I got to figure out how to handle that. That's essentially what you said, and that's great. Because most guys don't figure that shit out until they're fucking old.
Yeah.
Well, afterwards, now that I'm like broke up and I learned to move out her, I like miss because now I'm looking for more of a distant relationship with what we had together, but I was too stupid to like realize that's what I really liked.
So has she kind of since you did that, has she kind of like come back and tried to do things right or what?
Well, a day after she broke up, she immediately started liking this guy that she's liked since like 5th grade, which is just messed up. And this dude, he's not that attractive. He talks like a robot. I don't even know why she would like her. He's one of my like closer friends too, kind of. But we're like not that close, but like he's like not into her at all, and she knows it. I don't know why like she would go for him, and it like makes me mad because it could be anyone else.
To kind of get you.
It could be anyone else, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's whatever. But like, why him, dude? He's like,
so he's not obeying the bro code.
Well, no, he is because he does not like her at all. Like he's like talking about it.
So
like,
you can kind of see through it a little bit. Like she's using him to try to get you a little bit, like just to kind of poke you a little bit.
Yeah, but recently, I know some people who sat at her table and she was talking about like this made me so mad. She was talking about how she kind of wants to get back at me because my house at my mom's, there's a bunch of like nice food and stuff there, and there's like a nice like drinks, and I was like, what?
Screw that shit.
Like that's just weird. And she was like saying how like
this is when
nice and I was
this
nice.
is when you say like we can get back together. We can hang out at your house.
But like 10 months of like the relationship, and you care about the food at my house, like not any of the other stuff.
I'm trying. This is good to hear because I'm trying to remember what it used to be like to be in like the 8th grade, 9th grade relationship where the simplicity of it. Right? Am I right?
Oh yeah, it is very simplex, but it's kind of this is how he feels,
but it applies. Like you said something like I said smarter than sometimes
you gotta be
adults
happy
do.
with yourself. You gotta make yourself happy before you can make anyone else happy in life.
Once you figure out what you want and stuff like that, it's easy to deflect the girls that are gonna like derail you.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want a girl to come in and like fuck your whole like focus up, because those are the ones you don't want to be with. The ones that are gonna gonna encourage you to do what you want to do after you figured out that's your sweet spot. It is. It is, because you're gonna become better, and they're gonna like you for it too. Yeah, that's what I believe. We're getting real deep on this.
You got high school. I mean, high school is like 4 years. There's this scary nervousness of freshman year.
So what year were you born?
2010, but like it was at the end.
So he's like 2 years younger than Addie.
Yeah.
I can't show you what she looks like. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. So when we were moving Brian's Goddess into the house, he started talking to one of the girls that works for her part-time, and didn't realize how old.
You ever have a crush on a girl? You ever have a crush on a girl older?
One of the girls that works for right now.
Who?
The blonde.
Who?
That's
Well, blonde.
So Tori.
Oh, Tori.
Yes, and you thought Tori was younger?
Yeah, I thought she was like my age.
Yeah. You thought Tori was younger and everything was kind of like flirty. So then also the Bronze Goddess's older son, Austin, who's about Tori's age, it could almost be a throwdown between you and Austin on who's going to have her attention if you guys are ever in the same room. So... like, Murphy might fight Austin over Tori.
I wouldn't do that.
So she's an older girl?
She is older. She's like 18, 19 years old. So, but it was funny because when everything happened with you, Tori was like ready to defend you know, and everything else that was going on. You know, and that goes back to the whole school thing with the kid. You know, here... he gets put in a chokehold in school. He tells the kid to stop. He gets in trouble because he goes to swing back.
Then he pantses the kid.
Well, no, that was totally different.
That's a different kid.
That's the kid that's going to probably stay here Sunday night. So, so yeah,
No, the whole situation is stupid because me and Robert, we like mess around all the time. And he's dealing with stuff with his parents, like his parents, like his parents are like fighting each other, like aggressively, like verbally, like with their hands and stuff. And like Robert like picks on me all day. He'll be like smashing my hand into the table sometimes, or like he'll just put me in a chokehold sometimes, and it'll like bother me, and I tell him to stop. So the one time I'm try to do something about it, I like hit him once, and then he gets super mad, and he's just wailing on me. I'm like, I don't know what to do in this situation because I don't want to fight one of like my friends, because me and Robert have been like, we have like most of our classes together, and we're like pretty much like
you're in football together.
Yeah, we're like really close, and we're like still closer now. And so like I had no clue what to do in that situation. I was just like messed up because like afterwards Robert was like, I could tell he like didn't realize what he was completely doing, because he was crying, and like he was like he was like disoriented. He didn't know what to say. Like he was just saying some random stuff. He was like, I didn't. You made me do it. He was like, I don't even know, bro. It was like,
and again, it kind of goes back to parents nowadays don't know how to parent and what they're passing on to their kids when it comes to their passive aggressiveness or their abuse and that the kid's witnessing. It kind of goes back full circle to what our current political state is kind of like, you're making me do this to you.
The more I realize how ill-informed the guy who's supposedly leading this country is, he doesn't even know that the term groceries is something that everyone uses every day of their entire life. Every week, every month, every year, we have to go get groceries.
Well,
and he's so clueless. He doesn't even know what groceries are because he's had some servant go and do all of his grocery shopping for him. Well, that's how out of touch this guy is. Well, let's think about that for a fucking second.
Well, Haba didn't even know what habeas corpus is, whatever it is.
Right.
How are you pronouncing it? I can't.
But this reminds me of when do you remember when Bush went to the grocery store back in the day? And it was the beep.
Yeah,
beep,
scan it.
Beep.
Yeah,
he's like, "What's up with the beep?" He didn't know either. These people don't have a clue about the average Joe person. They don't know anything about what it's like to live a normal life. Yeah. They don't. They have servants and people that take care of this stuff. When's the last time you think any of these guys made their bed?
Probably not.
Taking out the trash, cut the grass. They don't do any of these things.
It's important to make your bed.
They don't do any of these remedial things that we all have to do as humans. On top of trying to make an honest living,
budget on your own,
make an honest living to make sure your family's okay. These people have servants to handle all of these problems that we have to deal with on a regular basis. That guy is clueless as hell. He's worried about. I'm going to accept a jet. I mean, come on. I don't even like when my friend pays for a drink for me at the bar, let alone giving me a jet. Okay, think about that. Okay.
I heard about that in history class.
It's wild. It's wild.
Yep.
So these guys that are supposedly in charge of us and making decisions for us, they can't relate to any of us. They just can't. It's impossible for them to do that.
And the crazy thing for your generation is this is just one of 3 different presidents you'll have.
Yeah.
Between now and graduation.
Wow.
So.
How many presidents have you had since you've been alive? He's laughing at you, old man.
I know, because I'm 300 years old plus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's think about this, though, right? Because I'm a 75 baby, so when I was born...
I'm 65.
So who was president when you were...
So you're looking back at Kennedy...
Kennedy was still alive?
No, Kennedy
was... he got shot.
Kennedy was murdered. Nixon. So I had a Spiro Agnew watch. So Nixon to Ford.
Johnson wasn't after.
No, Nixon to Johnson. Killed. Sorry, Nixon to Johnson.
You had 14 presidents all your life.
14 so far. All right.
Was it Nixon first and then Kennedy got killed and then Johnson?
Yeah. Well, Johnson took over for Kennedy. Mm-hmm. Then Nixon would have been after Johnson because Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon. Nixon got resigned. Ford took over because Spiro Agnew stepped down. Carter.
Yep.
From Carter to Reagan, 2 terms. Reagan to
Bush Sr.,
1 term. Then from that to Clinton. 2 terms.
Clinton back to Bush Jr.
2 terms. Then you went to Clinton. Clinton.
Who was after Bush Jr.? It wasn't Obama, was it?
No, it was Bush. No, it was Obama. 2 terms. And then we went from that
Obama to Trump.
Yeah, Trump.
And then Trump to Biden.
Trump to Biden. Which, and again,
So pick your prez. Out of those groups, who is the one you're gonna want to pick there?
Reagan is usually always the odds-on favorite, but a lot of people said that if Nixon would have ran again, because the shit show is so much shit show, a lot of people would have reelected Nixon.
Here's all I'm going to say on this whole thing. Okay, everybody, the biggest concern out of any of us living is the economy.
Mm-hmm.
We all see it. When prices are up or down or this or that,
Yep.
and the deficit. Those are the two things that everybody has opinions on because it's what the country is, how far we're in debt, all that. All I'm saying, I'm not going to pick my president. I'm going to challenge the people. Go and see which presidents had the least amount of deficit, the biggest surplus going.
Trump's had
and the one
biggest amount of deficit.
Right. And then if you pick and choose it. Okay.
So this weekend is a classic holiday weekend that we're going into, even though you might hear this podcast after the fact. Gas prices in our state of Michigan have jumped up.
So what
They're like anywhere from I think $3.29 to $3.40.
I heard it was $1.98 somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Nobody's blaming Brandon for the gas prices like they used to. If you do your hands like that, it looks like you're getting double dogged to the face.
I don't know. I'm just YMCAing all over my face.
But again, that's where it's kind of a big catch-22, and depending on what the populace thinks is the right deal to go.
I just did.
Just did a little video for it.
I just did.
So with it, so are there chances that the big fucking beautiful bill, or the big billionaire bill that just passed the House this morning, if it goes back to the Senate and after the recess, the Senate actually approves it, a lot of people are going to be fucked. But it's all going to change again.
Are they still slipping this whole I don't have to be held accountable for my actions bullshit that's in that bill?
Yeah. But it's going to it's going to turn up in the next election cycle, and whether or not the Democrats really need. I'm a Republican. I'm a registered Republican. I'm just not a fucking MAGA Republican. I think less government is better. I think the states can manage ourselves. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Maximus, for your endorsement.
But here's the thing. The way that Trump is running stuff now is freedom of speech. Unless it's something I don't want you to say. That's bullshit.
Him.
That's bullshit right there.
Him putting his name on a bunch of kids' bank accounts, whatever, for investing money, and instead of switching from MAGA to Trump,
maniac is
he really fucking is.
Again, he can't relate to the average human. We're worried about paying our goddamn bills, and he's like worried about should I accept a plane? It's like, what?
Well, and the Army said they are not going to do a parade for his birthday.
They're not going to do it?
They're not going to do it.
So
Thank God.
That's good news.
Because that just looks like North Korea as well as Russia as well. So it's,
All right.
All right, let's wrap it up. What's your last words? Do you have last words? Anything you want to say? Last words. I got my last words are happy motherfucking 50th birthday to the kid. And if it wasn't for this show, I'm sure we would have met elsewhere.
Somehow,
some way. But
it's good to talk to you for sure, man. For sure. I'd like to hear the angle because you're a few years younger than my daughters. My daughters they act like adults already.
And if you ever want to have a show with you and your buddies, I'm sure we can make it work. Even if it's just for you guys to fuck off and do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could.
Yeah.
Whatever. Trust me, I've done all of the screwing up on how to set all this up to do it. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Rock
and roll. Let's play some applause on this.
Hey, we're not as fucked up as we were last time.
Oh my god.